cold wind whipped across the Scottish moors, carrying whispers of unseen things. Janet, her cloak clutched tight against the biting chill, stood defiant before her father. Shame burned in his eyes, his face contorted with anger. "Hold your tongue, ye old facty knight," Janet spat, her voice laced with a steely resolve. "Some ill death may ye die. Father my bairn on whom I will, ill father none on thee." Her words hung heavy in the air, a challenge to the patriarchal authority that sought to control her life. Her father, speechless for a moment, finally spoke, his voice laced with weary resignation. "And ever alas, sweet Janet," he said, "I think thou gayest why, child." Janet's chin lifted higher. "If that I gay woy child, father, my soul maun bear the blame," she declared. The love she harboured, however, wouldn't be silenced. "There's near a laird about your hash," she continued, her voice trembling slightly, "shall get the bairn's name." A flicker of curiosity ignited in her father's eyes. "If my love were an earthly knight," she said, her voice gaining strength, "as hes an elfin grey, I would na gie my ain true love for nae lord that ye hae." The words sent a shiver down her father's spine. Elfin? Could his daughter be entangled with the fair folk, the creatures of twilight and mischief rumoured to roam the wilds? Janet, emboldened by her defiance, painted a picture of her lover knight riding a magnificent steed, the animal's hooves shod with silver and its tail ablaze with fire. An otherworldly knight, a creature of legend. Leaving her bewildered father behind, Janet set off, her heart a drum against her ribs. She knew where to find Tam Lin, her love, rumoured to be held captive by the fair folk at Carterhaugh. Days bled into each other, the journey a test of her resolve. The wind carried strange whispers and shadows danced at the edge of vision. Yet Janet pressed on, fueled by a love that defied reason. Finally she reached Carterhaugh, a desolate place where the air crackled with unseen energy. By the well, a lone figure stood, a handsome young man with a haunted look in his eyes. It was Tam Lin. Their reunion was bittersweet. Tam Lin revealed his fate, stolen by the Queen of the Fairies and forced to serve her whims. But there was a glimmer of hope. Every 7 years the fair folk offered a tithe to hell, and this year Tam Lin feared he would be the sacrifice. Halloween night, the night before All Hallows Day, offered a chance for escape. Tam Lin's voice, laced with desperation, filled Janet with a chilling resolve. She had to save him. The plan was fraught with danger. Janet had to wait at Miles Cross, a crossroads where the fair folk would pass during their spectral ride. Recognizing Tam Lin would be crucial, for amongst them he would appear human, riding the fairest steed. The night arrived, dark and heavy with unseen menace. As the moon blared a sickly red light onto the desolate landscape, Janet waited, her heart hammering a frantic rhythm against her ribs. Then, a sound pierced the stillness, the thundering hooves of unseen riders. Fear coiled around her throat, but she stood her ground. The first riders materialized from the darkness, spectral figures on dark horses, their eyes glowing with malevolent light. They swept past, leaving a trail of icy wind in their wake. Each passing rider sent a tremor of fear through Janet, but she held on, her eyes searching for the telltale sign, the milk-white steed. Then she saw him. Tam Lin, his face etched with agony, rode on the magnificent white horse. Before he could pass, Janet lunged, grabbing him with a strength born of desperation. The world dissolved into chaos. Tam Lin transformed, first into a writhing serpent, its scales glinting in the moonlight. Janet screamed, but her grip held firm. He became a monstrous bear, then a raging lion, each change designed to break her hold. Through the terror, Janet clung onto Tam Lin, whispering words of love and encouragement. The fair folk shrieked in fury, angered by her defiance. Finally, with a burst of infernal light, Tam Lin changed into a red-hot bar of iron. The heat singed Janet's skin, the pain excruciating. But she wouldn't let go. Remembering Tam Lin's instructions, she mustered all her strength and threw him into the nearby well. A deafening silence followed, broken only by the gurgling water. Then, a gasp. From the well emerged a naked but human Tam Lin. Relief washed over Janet, a wave so powerful it almost made her faint. But the danger wasn't over. A chilling cackle echoed across the moors, the voice dripping with malice. It was the Queen of the Fairies. "You have defied me, mortal," she shrieked, her voice a rasping wind that whipped Janet's hair. "But you shall not escape my wrath." Tam Lin, weak from his ordeal, clung to Janet. The Queen's eyes, burning embers in the darkness, narrowed on him. "Though you may walk free," she hissed, her voice laced with a terrible promise, "a part of you shall forever remain mine." Had I known of this treachery, Tam Lin, she continued, her voice dropping to a venomous whisper, "I would have taken your sight, leaving you blind to the world you so desperately crave." With a final, ear-splitting scream, the Queen of the Fairies vanished, leaving behind an unsettling silence. Tears streamed down Janet's face, a mixture of relief and terror. Tam Lin, his body shaking, held her close. They had escaped the clutches of the fair folk, but the victory tasted bittersweet. Tam Lin, forever marked by the Queen's curse, would live with the constant threat of losing his sight. As the first rays of dawn painted the sky with streaks of pink and gold, they walked away from Miles Cross, hand in hand. The future stretched before them, uncertain yet hopeful. They had faced the darkness together, their love a shield against the unseen terrors. But the memory of the Queen's chilling curse lingered, a constant reminder of the price they had paid for their freedom. The encounter had forever changed them, weaving a thread of fear and uncertainty into the fabric of their love story.